needs help, ideally within 3 to 5 minutes. There are some really sobering statistics I'm going to tell you right now, Kitty, about cardiac arrest. Few attempts at resuscitation succeed after 10 minutes. And it's estimated that more than 95% of cardiac arrest victims die before reaching the hospital. Now, Kitty, I was on the phone with a cardiologist, and I said, gosh, he was only 50. What do you think, is that young? And they said, no, 50 is not young for cardiac arrest for a man, and particularly not for an African-American man. African-American men have a higher rate of cardiac arrest than white men. Kitty?
Elizabeth, his general health, of late, he had the appearance of fragility. Tell us what you think about and what you're hearing from doctors about underlying health conditions and the survivability of cardiac arrest with those conditions.
Right. I wish I knew more about Micheal Jackson's chronic conditions. Unfortunately, there's all these rumors, and it's hard to know what's true. But there is no question that if someone has chronic conditions, they are much less likely to survive cardiac arrest, which is extremely difficult to survive anyhow, even in someone who doesn't have chronic conditions. So if someone has chronic heart disease to begin with, or diabetes, or really any other serious chronic disease, it makes it harder to survive. Now, what we're hearing here at CNN, what we've confirmed, is that he is in a coma. That is what happens when the brain doesn't get enough blood. When the brain doesn't get oxygen, those neurons die, and people go into comas. I asked a cardiologist at Mass General, a doctor who teaches at Harvard, I said, what percentage of the time, when you've had patients with cardiac arrest go into a coma, what percentage of the time do they wake up after that coma? And he said a small percentage.
Elizabeth, we understand that he was training and attempting to put another production on, which had been delayed. What kind of training would a person be able to sustain if they had a weakened heart condition? Could this have brought it on, I guess, is the question that I'm getting to here.
Right. I mean, what's interesting is what I'd really love to know is did he have a weakened heart? Because you can have cardiac arrest without having had a chronic weakened heart. And if he did have a weakened heart, did he know it? I mean, many people, I mean, I've even heard statistics like a third to a half who have cardiac arrest had no idea they even had any kind of heart problem. So sometimes, often unfortunately, the first sign that you have heart disease is that you suffer cardiac arrest. So, actually that you die. So certainly if you have a weak heart, doing intensive physical training can indeed bring on something terrible like cardiac arrest.
All right, thank you very much. Elizabeth Cohen. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thanks.
Let's bring in